Welcome, Mount Airy. Joining us today for I Heart Mount Airy is Jeff, owner of Conchatas Main Street Bistro. Hi, Jeff. Thank you for joining us.
Hey guys, how are you all doing today?
Doing good. Look
Great.
at those new awnings. Woohoo!
Yeah, that was a great thing. Thanks to the town of Mount Airy and the grants that we were able to use the improvements for the storefronts.
Oh yeah, we love getting money from the state to give to you guys.
And they look great. Who are those two beautiful ladies with you in your picture, Jeff?
Oh, those are my daughters. On the left is Ivy, and on the right is Trudy. They are twin girls, and they're 21, and they're off on their own, so I'm an empty nester. Conchatas is still my baby, though.
Wow. They're beautiful.
Thank you very much. Very proud of them. They both used to work for me, too, but now it's time to move on.
I'm sure they'll be there for your reopening.
And somehow, kids always find their way back from time to time.
They do. I made a promise that I'd always have a bed for them.
Oh.
What's been happening with Conchatas?
Well, I guess everyone knows that we had a devastating fire in August, and it really was a big mess. We kind of had to really start from the ground up because smoke was just infiltrated everything. So instead of a remodel, we ended up doing a rebuild. And I just want you guys to know, when you see what's happening here, is right after the fire. It was pretty devastating. We weren't really sure what direction we were going to go, but we knew we wanted to rebuild. So we had a couple ideas as the remodeling process went on. And what I'm hoping is, can you guys hear me still?
Yes.
Okay, good. I got a message. My internet was unstable. Anyway, so the construction consisted of a lot of things. We took out of all the old shelving that we had. Up in the ceiling was, you all know this was a old firehouse, and I'm actually in the old ambulance bay. So they took out the garage door that was left up there from the old firehouse, which I thought was very interesting. Unfortunately, there was no historic value to it. So what we did, we went with an open ceiling concept, and you can kind of see they are building around what used to be an open kitchen concept, but to be a little bit more friendly for COVID and to take advantage of lack of wall space, we needed to build a wall to kind of enclose the kitchen area, as you can see there. And it kind of fell into place. We really had a nice architectural concept, and it isn't really a whole lot different than it was, other than the fact that everything is going to look new. The ceiling is open. The kitchen is nice and bright. We're using a lot of blacks and golds. And so you can see the beginning, this is how the Concertos used to look. And this is after they took down that old awning that had been on for God knows how long. And again, with the grant money that was used for the facade program, we were able to get that nice new awning out front. These are just continual pictures. You can see they blew insulation in the ceiling. They're framing out the kitchen here. And we had, like you see, we have a whole brand new AC system as well, because that got messed up. All right, back to the awning. This is being installed now.
Sorry, we did these in order, Jeff.
It's all good. It's all good. And you can see how it really improved the entire look of the entire firehouse. So we're really happy about that. And there's some more of that picture. I like that. It really came out well. We got a lot of compliments on that. All right, back inside Conchatas, just some more construction, a lot of drywall going up to the ceiling. And I don't know if we saw or not, but I do have new front doors. We used to have just one door. We now have double entry doors. Again, it is going to be a way more COVID friendly in and out. And here you can just see some painting and the guys doing things. This is really
I'll pause right here, Ashley.
This you need to see.
Hold on.
Go back to the ladies.
Yes. You've been through so much project with this. It's amazing to see. Like
It
we're
is.
seeing a freeze frame, but it takes so much for each photo for you to coordinate.
It's true. It's really tough. Okay, now this is. I don't know if everyone had probably seen that big old pod in my parking lot because after the fire, every bit and piece that was salvageable got taken away just by Service Master, the one right here in town, Service Master by Cross. They wrapped everything, took it away, and cleaned it and repackaged it. So everything was in a box or wrapped in wrap. So that pod, it was an 18-foot pod by 8 by 8. It was completely full. From your left, Francesca, which everyone knows, an unofficial mayor of the town, Julie, one of my assistant managers, and Sandy, who has been my manager for years. They really helped me out and got all this stuff taken out and sorted through. And we had some things to trash, we had some things to donate, and we had things that we're going to use again. So it was really, these guys are just invaluable to me.
They are, and what a great time to clean up
Sure
everything.
enough, it's just, you got to make a silver lining out of some things. And I have to tell you, this really worked out. I never would want to go through this on purpose, but the silver lining is I had great insurance. I was able to replace it with even better things. So, and this is how Conchatas looks right now. I took this picture. Unfortunately, I didn't take an angle, so all you see is the reflection of the doors across the street, but you kind of get an idea of what my new, it's my logo, but we never really blew it up. And this is what my logo is going to be now, and it'll be on everything.
Looks great, and it's so refreshing to hear such a great attitude. When something catastrophic like that happened to you, you were able to turn it into something good, or look at it from a different perspective as an opportunity to grow and improve.
I agree, and I appreciate that too, because as you all know, restaurants are having a really hard time. For every one that you see open, there's probably 3 that have closed. And I was lucky I wasn't a complete sit-down restaurant, because those guys are really suffering. So, in a time when everyone's closing, I'm opening up, and I'm opening up to a lot of fanfare, I have to say. And it makes me feel good. It makes me feel wanted. And it also makes me feel like this is really a great idea, because you have to understand, it was a tenuous decision whether to continue going or not. But I love my town. I live here. I raise my children here, and my heart's here. So I'm going to be here for a while, guys.
We're happy to hear that for sure.
So yeah, it's been a process. It really has. But you got to, after you live through a lot of things, and this year, I tell you, if this year, or I'm sorry, 2020 hasn't given people perspective, I don't think anything else will. So, you just got to be good and treat people well, and it'll come right back to you.
So everybody wants to know about an opening date.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I will tell you an opening date. I was explaining now, we're almost done with construction. Have a couple minor things here and there. Being a restaurant, opening date is hopefully going to be the second week of February, but I still have 3 outstanding inspections. And so if anybody has gone through inspection process, they know the inspectors get paid to find things. So if they don't find anything, they're going to nitpick. So I expect to have a little pushback on certain things, not that we cut any corners, but these guys, again, surgeons get paid to operate, so it's the kind of thing that they're going to look for something. Hopefully we'll be in good shape. We had already had the fire inspection. That went very well. Depending on the COVID and depending on all the weather and stuff, we could open as soon as the 10th or as late as the 1st of March. So it all depends.
So we need everybody out there in Facebook world and YouTube world to have positive thoughts for your inspections.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we'll make sure.
I appreciate the town too, because again, this is, this probably wouldn't have worked in Ellicott City or in Frederick, but in this town, it's an idea that definitely works and people really appreciate it. So, and I get a lot of love, and I have to tell you, it makes me feel really good.
That's nice to hear. Definitely share with us when you know a little bit more about the opening date, so we can let the whole world know that is it in anticipation of that opening and their Reubens again, right, Ashley?
Exactly. I'll be first in line for my Reuben, Jeff.
Did you see my comment to you, Ashley, about how to spell Reuben?
Whoops.
I misspell everything.
I was just poking fun at you, girlfriend. That's all.
We also saw Bernie Sanders was waiting outside thinking you were going to open up.
I had to really shoo him away after a while. He was a little annoying and in the way, I had my windows cleaned and he wouldn't move. So tenderly and gingerly actually asked him to get his butt out of the way and come on down when we're open. But I
You've
give
been
all
here.
props to Ashley Hollier for getting Bernie in front of my store and not blocking my Conchatas reopening soon sign. That was pretty good placement, Ash. So I know the time has passed and Bernie's got more than his 15 minutes, but I have to tell you, that was really funny.
It definitely brought a smile to my face.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad. So, I just want to invite everybody to come to Conchatas. Keep an eye on my Facebook page and on the town's Facebook page, and I'll post it as soon as I know. I will probably post a couple more pictures here and do a little tease and dangling just to let you guys salivate a little bit. But
Yeah, right.
just put in your hats. The latest would be March 1st and hopefully sometime in the middle of February.
Okay. We'll be waiting.
Best of
Great.
luck, Jeff.
Thank you so much.
Stay
And
safe.
thank you for featuring me, guys. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome, and good luck with everything.
Thank you. I'm going to go back to the grindstone now, okay?
Okay.
All right.
All
Bye.
right, take care,
Happy
bye.
day.
Thank you.
Next, we have a sweet treat returning to Main Street this year, which is the Willy Wonka chocolate crawl. We've had chocolate crawl, Melissa, how many years now? 2, 3?
Oh,
this
gosh.
year we have the golden ticket returning, and there's also
Yeah, a long time.
carriage rides. Carriage rides this time will be ticketed, so please go to mountairymainstreet.org/upcoming events to reserve your carriage ride if you would like to have a romantic evening on Main Street. Definitely a sweet adventure.
I know the mayor is planning on attending.
There you go. Ooh, here's one that's fun from the end of December. Gina, do you want to talk about the coloring contest?
Sure. We had, I don't, quite a great response. Probably about 50 kids filled out our coloring page that was included in the Mount Airy Messenger and also available for download from our website. And we had a great response. Feedback from the parents was that the children really enjoyed coloring the pages. And we put all the pictures on Facebook and invited the community to quote unquote, like their favorites so that we could choose a winner. And you can see from this image that Charlotte Ward won for the age category of ages 5 and under, and Henry Kiefer won for ages 6 and up. And 6 to 8, sorry. We really enjoyed seeing those pictures, having them mailed to Town Hall, dropped off in their Dropbox, or emailed to us, messaged to us. We got them all kinds of ways. But we decorated them, put them on the front of Town Hall, and I think it was a great event, and I hope we can do it again next year. So stay tuned for this coming November/December, where we can have another coloring contest. And thanks again to all the kids who participated, and their parents, of course.
It was so much fun to see these go up. I know my mom was watching them and making comments on all the art. And I love how Charlotte did the beard. I had no idea
Yes.
she got that so bright white.
I know. Well, it was actually, she actually glued cotton to, so the little brim of his hat and his beard and the cuffs of his suit were all actually textured. So I thought it came through pretty well in the image, but it was even better in person.
Oh, that's awesome. It was 3D.
Yes.
See, I never would have even thought to add that,
I know.
texture and extra material. Very creative.
She's 5 and under, so I think she was 4. So I'm sure I didn't have that creativity when I was 4.
Well, I wonder what Charlotte will do next year. I can't wait to see.
Yeah. Great job, kids.
So here's another fun one that we did, our year in review in the Messenger. I'm going to pull up the website so we can kind of scroll through and show you guys some of our accomplishments. Ladies, do you guys want to highlight a project that you worked on this year that you really thought stood out?
Yeah. The big ones for me were actually the grants that we were awarded or we had budgeted through the town. There were 2 grant programs that we were able to accomplish in 2020. One was the Small Business Assistance Micro Grant, and we were able to award 19 businesses $1,000 apiece. And another one we were able to do in the fall was a historic district micro grant. And that we had $25,000 actually awarded to us from the Department of Housing and Community Development. And that was able to be matched to the town's budget of $25,000. So a total of $50,000 for our downtown business community. And we were able to award 11 grants to businesses. So that was huge for us in economic development, just because our businesses, of course, during COVID many of them weren't able to be open for 3 or 4 months last year, and have had to pivot, and add online shopping capabilities and different things. So those are just two. And as you can see on the list, there's a ton. Gina, do you have anything to single out? One of the things we had, Mayor Rockenberg was able to create Mount Airy's first emergency response team. Happened way back in March, of course, when everything was heating up with COVID. And the emergency response team was meeting twice a week at one point, and then it became once a week, and then a little more infrequently as needed. But this was the group to talk about safety in our parks. How much PPE do the police have? Do different sections of the community? There was a member of the fire hall in there. So and a few council members as well, staff. And a lot goes into that. That committee's, still meeting actively. And I'm sure it'll change another emergency response meeting as we have, God forbid, any other emergencies that come into town. But it really took 2020 to kind of create something like that.
Yeah, the collaboration of that group has been really good to get information out to the citizens. So it's amazing to see so many people step up in such a crazy time. So that's been amazing to see the growth there. We've also, even though it was a crazy year, we still had some fun stuff that we were able to do, like the senior motorcade. I don't think we'd ever thought of doing something like that, but it came from an idea from the community, and it grew into something really fun for our seniors. And then we had the safari adventure week, which, Melissa, I think you took Emma on that, didn't you?
Yes, we had a blast with that. And it was just our speed, it was at your own pace. Nobody was there to, wait. You didn't have to wait in any lines, and we really appreciated that. Yeah. Just got to see a lot of
animals. And with that
animals.
project, we got Exactly. And we got a new partner. The Rotary came in to help the town with that this year, and has really been a great partner. So I think through COVID, we've had more connections of the community helping, and that's been really great. Through business relief like you guys, the town have been doing, just so many great things. I had fun with the Santa's workshop, seeing the kids be able to interact with Santa, even though we have COVID and the masks and the restrictions, was really nice to see. And I think the kids enjoyed it.
And actually,
that was a wonderful event. I just want to echo what you guys have been saying. It was a tough year for everybody. So many things had to change dramatically, but I'm so impressed with our town, that we created this. Look at this giant list of things we created, even though most of our events had to be canceled or changed to adapt to our new situation. And we were still able to do so much together. The community, the mayor, elected officials, staff, all the community organizations just contributed amazingly to get us through a really difficult year. And if you haven't seen this list yet and want to be amazed, it is on our website, as Ashley's showing here with her screen share. It was also in the last edition of the Messenger, if you haven't used that to start a fire yet, or to line any pet litter boxes. It's that's a great thing for newspapers, right? You can recycle and use them for many uses, but it was a pretty impressive display in our paper. So check it out if you still have it, or like I said, on our website. Hopefully we can do this every year, and maybe this year will be even more amazing. Hopefully with things start to loosen up with our vaccines available, we'll be able to return to our normal event schedule and still get all the grants and projects done.
Plus, this year was Year of the Art with the new Baker Simpson Bolus pop-up park. All that art that's come to downtown has been amazing to see.
Mm-hmm.
That building has really come to life.
Yeah, it has.
All right, the next thing that we had, we actually filmed this yesterday, is our Carroll County COVID updates from Ed Singer.
Trying to save lives and keep people out of the hospital. And once we get through this pandemic, we can try to get back to our more normal dose that we're getting for a given week is being administered. So we appreciate all that the local governments are doing as well to try to help get us through this pandemic.
So that was a little teaser for, we are going to have a special edition. So if you're here today on the last Wednesday of the month, we do have the iHeart Mount Airy show every Wednesday, the last Wednesday of the month at noon. But we're going to have a special edition. It's less than a half an hour, but it does feature all the updates from Mr. Ed Singer, the Carroll County Health Officer, and Maggie Kuntz. So they were here to answer all our questions on how the vaccine is going to be distributed, how fast we can expect to get our own immunizations, and answer some questions about the safety of the immunization. So make sure you tune in. And I just see that I spelled Wednesday wrong. There's an S missing here. It is Wednesday, not when a day. Next
I
Wednesday.
typed that, Gina. That was me.
No, Ashley, you can't take my error for me. That was my mistake. I was kind of rushing last minute to get this ready. I've been editing the video, and I think it's definitely something you want to tune into next week for. It will also be in the paper again, in the Messenger next week, a full article about what was said. So make sure you tune in for those. So you can see it.
Awesome. Thank you, Gina.
You're welcome.
Should just say hump day.
Next, we have our business spotlights. We figured with spring upon us, people are getting out and about and maybe getting a little cabin fever. So we had two businesses that reached out to us with some ways to get moving in the new year. The first is CrossFit of Mount Airy. And you can see all their information there. They're located right on Backacre Circle. So it's a great group of folks. I don't know if Dina or Melissa, you guys want to add anything about CrossFit?
Honestly, I've never done CrossFit. I had a really cool time interviewing TFL CrossFit a year or so ago. And all I get from these is that there's such a wonderful sense of community in CrossFit. So if you're looking for a workout, and it really doesn't matter what skill set you have, they really love to work with anybody and just kind of pull you into a community where it's not just exercise, but there might be other things to do, like getting coffee or going out to get drinks or something. I'm sure COVID has changed the dynamics, of course, with safety and social distancing. But this is a great group of folks who they love CrossFit, and there's a stereotype, right, for CrossFitting. But it's really cool people to get involved with. So yeah,
Awesome.
Contact Coach April.
Yeah, it looks like a fun group there. Our second business that reached out with ways to get active is TriStar Martial Arts Academy. They're located right up on Center Street at 202 Center. They have all different types of classes. I know they came out and did something at Town Hall like 2 or 3 years ago. Was it personal protection? Something along those lines. I think she was the
self-defense, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I learned a lot from that just in a short class. So they have some stuff. You can go on to their website to register. Have you ladies taken anything with TriStar?
sadly, another thing that I haven't tried. But look, they have virtual classes, so it's really like there's no excuse, right? If you have internet, you could try out a class, ages 4 and up. I see us getting our kids into this when they get a little bit older.
I could see Emma doing this for sure.
Do they have in-person classes now?
They
Or just
do.
virtual? Okay.
No, they're doing
That's the same
both.
Okay. CrossFit, I understand, both has the in-class, live classes, but it also has an app. So anytime you can't make it to class, you can just get on your app and do the workout of the day. What they call it, workout of the day, WOD.
The WOD.
Yeah.
I think I need more of that in my life.
I should mention on our Facebook comments, Kenneth Harrison has mentioned that it's Happy National Chocolate Cake Day. So we're talking about all these healthy things, but we should also just take note. It is a National Chocolate Cake Day.
Maybe you could make a healthy chocolate cake, or at least a healthier version. I don't know.
I know Superfoods does on Main Street. They do a vegan
That's
one. It's actually really
true.
good.
They do a chocolate pie. I know. What's it called? Fantasy pie or something. It is delicious.
Well, maybe that
The
could
one
count
with
as
peanut butter?
chocolate cake today.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a great show, you guys. Is there anything else we want to add before we go out?
Just make sure you tune in next Wednesday, same time, same channel.
Everybody stay
All
safe.
right. Thank you, Mount Airy.